All right, guys, we are back on the hotspot, and one of the advantages of watching like that little video screen there, you get to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff. None other than Clare Calvo, my dear, dear friend since 7th grade, way back in 1987, clipping my microphone up, getting a little bit of a like a booty shot there. Yeah,
Thanks for having me, Jay.
Yeah, okay, and Claire is going right after this to, you know, like psychotherapy because she's now traumatized for life at that unimaginable, abominable sight. But Claire, it is such a delight to have you here, especially because you have got Soulcation, the latest event from Synergy Studios coming up this weekend. So I can't wait to hear all about that.
Okay, so this is actually not new. We're
okay.
This is our 4th year with Soulcation. We've been having retreats since 2007 in Rhoda, and when the PI and Batangas, the farm in the Philippines, back in 2008. But as far as just holding it here on Guam Soulcation, this is our 4th year.
And I love the fact that, you know, it's a portmanteau of, you know, like soul, obviously, and vacation.
Yeah.
So can you really take a vacation from your soul, or how to?
No,
like,
it's your
what's
soul.
The whole concept?
Your soul. So basically, staycation. We look all around, all different retreats, yoga retreats, wellness retreats around the world. And when I moved back in 2004, I looked around, I'm like, why are we not doing any, Guam is paradise. This is, we don't need to go anywhere to have of course we want to break from like our everyday lives.
This is not the rat race. We're chill here, right?
Well, hello, we're born and raised here. It's not, we get between family events and obligations and work and whatnot, we need time for just ourselves and to just reset.
Yes.
And we have so many places on Guam to do that. So we started up at Ritidian Eco Beach Resort, and that's where we're going to be this weekend. We did a few down last year and the year before down in Moleso. So we touched the northern tip, down south, and back to the north. So it's amazing up there.
If there is any place that would be conducive to, letting you center yourself, or is it would you consider this more introspection or more like networking with other people and sharing ideas?
All of that.
Okay.
So it's basically having your own time for introspection, and I find it's conscious coherence. It's basically tapping into your higher consciousness, and at the end of the day, we all want to be happy, right? We want to feel good. I think that's what everybody wants, is just whether you're seeking for that physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, feeling good and having vitality and energy. At the end of the day, that's what we want, right? So it's coming into bringing that head and heart alignment, having the consciousness with higher consciousness, bringing, I feel, everything physically, mentally, emotionally in alignment.
I was going to say,
balance.
The one thing that you have really made such a positive impact on our island community, with Synergy Studios now in its 18th year of existence, right? Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
18 years, you guys. That's amazing. Is what you have taught me and everybody here is the 4 pillars of, what you try and do at Synergy: mind, body, soul, and spirit.
Right.
That's 4 of a kind. And, like when you play cards, that's almost impossible to get right, but it is very, very achievable, and you're teaching us how to do just that.
Well, that's our motto from the beginning. Synergy is, it's where fitness meets wellness. And and this location especially, we're having my friend Rita Cruz the Turca, who's back on Guam. She hasn't been here for 6 years.
She's literally right off camera. Rita, please say hi. Just yell out hi. There you go. Okay.
So
Rita is lovely. She didn't want to be on camera.
She is amazing, and I've learned so much from her. She is an Iyengar instructor, yoga teacher. She's an Ayurvedic practitioner. She just has a wealth, a plethora.
Rita, can you just come up here and just video bomb us real quick? Just say hi. She's afraid we're gonna make her do like yoga.
This is Rita.
Good morning. Hi. There. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I'm not being inappropriate. I'm just saying here's the mic. So hi, Rita. Okay.
Yeah, so she'll be a part of this location, and
hi and bye.
She's like, peace out. But
she's going to spend much more time with all the participants of Soulcation, definitely, and have direct interaction.
The whole weekend, and she'll be here for the whole month, right? So if people want to reach out and have some sort of like private consultations and whatnot, she's open to that. She'll be, at Synergy Studios. So, but as far as Soulcation and of course the greater with Rita here, I feel a huge part of it is also, I'm a huge believer in the truth that frequency precedes manifestation. So everything, it's not just about like, I'm going to sit here and just set my intentions. That's all great, but it's matching that frequency, because thoughts, words, and actions come from that initial frequency. Of
and
what
people
we
on
emit.
people on social media, Claire, they have like the FOMO approach. Is like, oh, I'm going to manifest anything. I'm going to manifest being a billionaire. I'm going to manifest, my food being great. It's like, no. One thing also that I learned from you, there's one thing to be like of clear, sound mind.
Yes.
You also got to put in sweat equity.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody knows from you put in work.
Right. Thank you for that. Well, let's get to work then.
Okay, wait, can we do something like real quick, right? And I'm a little bit taller than Claire. This is what's called no comparison, everybody. This is me. This is a professional instructor. Like, okay, and I hope by seeing me like without like a long sleeve shirt, all of you are ready for, thinking about spaghetti for lunch because, we got wet noodles here. So.
Jay, stop. You look great. You look great. But more than how we look, yoga is about how we feel.
Yes.
And usually how you feel in the inside, it's not a workout, it's a work in. Here's all these like catchy, like cliche phrases.
I've never heard that, but no, that makes total sense.
But it is. It's a work in because really, how they say, as above, so below, as within, so throughout, right? So it's emitting that from the inside out.
Okay, could we do so can we do a little bit of a yoga demo first, if I can even say that? And then we'll take a real quick commercial break, and then can we do some like breathing exercises, and we'll talk more about Soulcation.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so we're just gonna start bringing our feet together. We'll face over here. And so bring your feet hip distance apart.
And please, watching at home right now, if you're on YouTube, if you're on KOM TV, if you're on Facebook, please do this along with us. You don't have to be in super rock star, US Navy SEAL shape and everything. Claire is actually gonna show you, and there's minimal stretching to do this, like so no real warm up. I literally just got done doing
We're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah.
And
so
actually,
please do this along with us and put in the comments, how you're feeling about this.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
It's actually called ecstatic dance, which is what we're. I'm just joking.
Ecstatic dance.
I'm just joking. No. Okay, so we're gonna start here, bringing your feet hip distance apart, and tuck the tailbone under. Suck your belly button back, shoulders round back and down. So just long spine, and we're gonna. I'll go up a little like this, so we don't hit each other.
Okay.
So we're gonna reach our hands up. Take a deep breath. Inhale, and exhale. Bring the hand center. We're gonna inhale and exhale through the nose. Again, inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring it center. One more time, take a deep breath, inhale. And exhale. This time we're gonna bring the left hand down and take your right hand, bring it to the outside of your left ear and gently just bring your right ear to your right shoulder. We're gonna lengthen, inhale, and come a little deep inhale. So you wanna take it to your edge, but not over your edge, right? You don't wanna crank your head over.
Okay, I'm not going for like
Take
maximum
one more
poppage,
deeper.
right? Okay.
Now we're gonna switch. Inhale, reach the other hand up, left hand, right down. Take it across your right ear, lengthen, inhale. And come, exhale, bringing that left ear to your left shoulder. And feel that right shoulder continue to drive down. So we're grounding yet lengthening, right? Take one more deep breath here, inhale. And exhale, release your hand down, bring your head center, reach up, inhale. And exhale, bring your prayer hands to your center, down to your heart. So now we're gonna ground down on your left foot, okay? So imagine roots growing from your left heel to the core of the earth. Bring your right foot to the inner part of your left ankle, anywhere on the inner part of your left leg except your knee. You don't want any pressure, any weight on your knee. Shoulders ground down.
Okay, now real quick, you're going all the way up to your.
Yeah, you could start.
Okay, you're going all the way up to your thigh.
Yeah.
I can maybe. Okay.
No, but the thing is, we want it approachable, right?
Okay.
So modify as you
Clearly,
need to.
balance is not my strong suit.
Well, first you got to focus on one point. Find your drishti. So
okay.
find your gazing point. Before we even move our bodies, find your gazing point. Hold your gaze at one point. Ground down in that left foot. Bring your right foot anywhere along the left leg except the knee, right? No pressure, no weight on the knee.
Okay, now I'm a taller guy, so for me, for some reason, it's easier if I go lower.
Okay, but make sure you're holding your focus at one point. So the whole point of all these poses, the asana practice, is to challenge our focus, our awareness. Everything is about staying in the present moment, right? They say hyper-focus in the past breeds depression, hyper-focus on the future breeds anxiety. So it's about staying in the present moment. And how do we do that? We stay focused at one point, focus on our breath. Throughout the entire practice, we're gonna focus on our breath. Shoulders round back and down, ground down to that left heel. Feel your right heel spin back. So all these postures, the physical movements are important, but more important is our breath. And we're holding our focus, right, at one point. And when you're ready, extend your hands up. So as your fingertips and crown reach high, shoulders are still grounded down away from the ears. So pull your shoulders back and away from the ears, lengthen from the side, inhale. Ground deeper, exhale. And we're just gonna breathe here. Tailbone is still tucked under. Belly button pulls back to the spine. One more breath. And exhale. Now bring your prayer hands back to your heart. Right knee points forward. And let's just extend our leg forward. Flex your right foot. Feel your quadriceps lift off the kneecap. Tall spine. Taking one more breath. Maybe come a little higher if you can. There you go. Good. So only you know that sweet spot between too much and not enough, right? Breathe through the shaking. This too shall pass, whether on or off our mat, right? What we learn during our yoga practice is applicable in life. everything is passing. We just stay with our breath, trusting and knowing that this too shall pass. Continue to breathe. And exhale, release down. Good, let's take it to the other side. We want to balance it out.
Okay, real quick though, Claire, I actually felt that because I was trying to look at you, I was listening to our director, I was thinking about what I was gonna say next. The simplicity, once you explained it in those terms, and I just focused on like that little, in this point being like a little wheel there at the bottom of the camera, it made so much more sense and it got so much easier for my balance, my breathing. Once I just said, you know, the entire world is that moment.
You have to focus on one point.
That made total sense to me. Thank you.
And you know, you apply it to life. It's like when we're, and trust me, I'm someone who I'm like a multitasker. I'm trying to do 10 things at once, and it's like, how do I expect to get anything done when I'm giving just 20% here? You know, I try to get too much done at one time.
Simplify.
Simplify, right? And focus.
I mean, I literally am like, I'm a scatterbrain. So that really, I really felt a difference. I mean, and I hope you did too if you're joining us like online.
So everything we do on one side, we want to do on the other, right? Bringing balance. So now taking the left foot to the inner part of the right ankle, calf high up in the inner thigh, anywhere except the knee. Again, find your drishti, find your gazing point. Shoulders roll back and down. So soften your gaze and continue to breathe. If you find that your breath is labored and you're just breathing into your chest, that is a sign that you're not breathing properly. So you want to bring your breath down to the lower chambers of the lungs, filling the belly, shoulders round back and down. Hold your gaze, ground down in that right foot, feel your left knee spin back, so hips are open. And when you're ready, extend your branches up. This is tree pose. So think of a tree, right? Grounding down, roots grounding to the earth from that right heel, fingertips, branches reaching towards the sky, reaching towards the sun, vitality, shoulders rounding down away from the ears, long spine, long neck, stay with your breath. Breathe through the shaking. Breathe through any discomfort, trusting and knowing this too shall pass. Suck that belly button back, tuck the tailbone under, and really feel every part of that, like really breathe deep. So you want to oxygenate every cell, every organ. Feeling the wobble, it's okay. Yoga is a practice, it's not a performance. So we just want to practice and understand and know that it is a process in progress. One more breath here. And bring up your hands to your heart. Left knee points forward. And when you're ready, extend. Continue to breathe. Flex your foot. Feel both quadriceps lift off the kneecap, so keeping everything active. Shoulders continue to round back and down away from the ears. Long spine. Come a little higher. Inhale. And exhale, release down. Good. Inhale, reach high. Soften the knees. Exhale, we're gonna hinge from the hips and bow forward. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Take your hands as far as you can. And now maybe heel toe your feet apart, back to hip distance. And we're just gonna let our arms hang, our head hang, shake our head side to side. Up and down. Just releasing, letting go with each exhale. Hold on to the elbows or forearms, gently rock side to side. This is such a healing pose. I mean, it's not something you're gonna see all over Instagram, right? On the cover of a yoga journal. We're not contorting into a pretzel or anything fancy like that, but we're touching so many points of the body.
Okay, and important to know is like, this is also very applicable for
And come back center, release your arms.
people in tremendous shape, women who may have just given birth or recently given birth, I should say, people who are post-operative, like anyone can do yoga.
I feel, so bend your knees slightly and slowly roll it up, vertebra by vertebra. I feel, take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, shoulders roll back and down. Well, I feel you are your best judge of your body. I mean, of course, if something does not feel good, there's a difference between discomfort and pain. If you're in a pose, you feel pain, come out of it, right?
Right.
No one knows your body better than you, I feel. And so you want to take it to that place, like I said earlier, between too much and not enough. Only you know what feels right. And a lot of times we don't realize that it's our ego, you know, like we're in a class, we're like, oh, I'm going to do all of it and you know, not take any breaks. We end up injuring ourselves. But when we're coming from a place of really tuning in and listening, what feels good, rather than what looks good, what really feels good. And
Okay.
it's
Rita, can I ask, can you just run up here real quick and just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on how you were saying from your vantage point, like how my balance and how my position was?
She's good at breaking things down.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Iyengar right here.
The verdict is.
Okay, thumbs up.
I couldn't help but observe that there was a lot of awareness going on, and awareness of body, and taking in what you're feeling physically, emotionally through the process of doing a asana, a yoga pose that is comforting on multiple levels. So,
well, thank you.
Something that,
okay,
yeah,
and
hopefully that's helpful.
That's from someone who does this like for a living, and you know, she's not just saying that, everybody, and you can do this too. And there's a lot more that you can learn about what is possible at Soulcation. So tell you what, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, Claire is going to tell us once more about how you can register and take advantage of the amazing lessons awaiting you at Soulcation for the 4th time this weekend. So please stay tuned. The hotspot continues, and we are now in a seated position. I saw them. We are doing the whole crisscross applesauce thing, and I hope you will too, because that was a fantastic yoga lesson, Claire. Thank you so much for that. I hope all of you who are doing that on the live stream, or if you're watching on KUM TV8, you did that along with us, because like I really felt really good about that. Real quick, I seem to have Claire a stronger sense of balance on my left side than I do on my right.
That's normal.
Which is weird, because
Yeah.
I write with my right hand.
Yeah. It's normal to have one side stronger than the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and also, you know, just because you're balancing on that side doesn't mean that, you know, maybe you're just holding your balance better on that side than that actually being your stronger side, you know?
Okay, very cool. So we would love to hear like your own experiences with the lesson Claire just gave all of us, so please put that in comments. I'll be reading those at the end of the show. Okay, but now, since we've all done this wonderful exercise together, Claire is going to grace us with a lesson about breathing, so you can maybe cool down. And I know, I was actually emceeing the Society for Human Resources Management conference, and you did a presentation just like this. The whole room did it, and this is something that people could do when they're at work. You know, you don't have to be, you know, in spandex and, you know, like sleeveless shirt. You can
accessible anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's
you can do it in the car.
Yeah. Well, and you just don't want to like completely zone out.
Well, not while you're operating the car. Okay, let's be real.
But I mean, there are certain things that, yeah, while I'm driving and I'm, you know, annoyed with like traffic or someone cut me off and I'm like, oh, you know, because I have a temper, which is, that's what brought me into this whole world of holistic health and yoga and whatnot, is to curb my, you know, I'm like high energy, just like to like calm me down and just bring me a little bit more equanimity.
So you're kind of the opposite of Tony Robbins, because Tony Robbins is awaken the giant within. You're like, tame the beast.
I never thought of it. Never thought of it like that.
She's never going to speak to me again after this, so, you know,
No,
at least we had fun.
I'm very, yeah, I'm an open book, Jace, you know that, it's okay.
Of course.
But yeah, so the breath work I find to be, like when we talk about yoga, it's so much more than just the asana practice, right? There's so many different aspects of the totality of yoga. And what I have, aside from kirtan, which is the chanting, the pranayama, the breath exercises, I find to be essential. I mean, because it's the first thing we take in when we come into this life and the last thing to go, right? So it makes sense that you want to pay attention to the quality of your breath. We care about the quality of the food we take in, the people we hang around, you know, the thoughts, whatnot, but rarely do we really think about the quality of our breath. And I think some people think, oh, it's commonsensical, you know, our lungs do it on its own. What a blessing is that? We don't even have to direct or instruct our lungs what to do, or our heart. Our bodies are miraculous.
Yeah, this really works, everyone. If you have like an Apple Watch or something like that, please measure like the difference in your heart rate and your beats per minute when we go through this exercise. Because if you just kind of like center yourself and take a few deep breaths, it will drop and you will mellow out.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So like breathing, most of us don't even realize that we only breathe into our chest. We only take in a good 15-20% of our capacity. And why is it important to take deep diaphragmatic breaths? Is because we're oxygenating our body. That's our life force, our vitality. So we want to, you know, they've said, I've read years ago, how even something like cancer can't live in a highly oxygenated environment, right? Alkaline, oxygenated, whatnot. But really, we want to oxygenate down to every cell, organ, ounce, and fiber of our being. So we want to take in full deep breaths. And you also see how it plays, you know, we're holistic beings. So how what happens physically translates into how energetic, you know, how we feel mentally, emotionally. There are times when I'm like upset and I'm breathing, you know, you can see when you're angry, when you're excited, you're like breathing kind of shallow. But when you're relaxed, when you're calm.
Maria's always like that after a conversation with me. She's all like, Jason.
But it's about really like taking pause and just taking a deep, and that's why, hello, Lamaze. That the reason why it was even created, childbirth is supposed to be the most painful experience for a human body.
Yeah.
They created Lamaze specifically focusing on your breath for something like that. There's a reason why when you're hurt physically or emotionally, it's like, just take a deep breath,
Yeah.
just exhale, because the power of the breath.
And why when something's going wrong, like learned professionals will be like, you know what, everybody please stay calm.
Right.
That's the first thing they say.
And how do you stay calm? For me, I find through my breath.
Okay, so if and for people doing this with us at home or in their place of business, you know, if you're with us in the States, you know, it's probably dinner time for you guys. Is there a proper posture that we should
I
have?
find, however, you're going to be less distracted. If this doesn't work, a lot of people have problems with their knees. You could even try to sit like this, just back on your heels,
Okay.
or in between. If all of these are too painful or just not, you know, you're going to be distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Sit against the wall, sit on a chair and just uncross your legs, plant your feet down.
Okay.
So long, I feel, as your spine is tall, from the crown of your head to your tailbone, your shoulders are rounded back and down. Bring your chin parallel to the earth. Yeah, I think so long as you have that down. So, want to do a little bit of it?
Yeah, okay, ready to go, everybody?
We'll
Let's do this together, one family. Synergy Studios
All right.
in the house right now here in Harmon, teaching us how to breathe properly.
Okay, so shoulders back and down, tall spine. And you can close your eyes. I think it's important to close your eyes, or you can even look at the tip of your nose. But for some people, they end up getting, cross-eyed, and that's not very comfortable. They're like,
I don't think there's such thing as Kitan yoga.
I was gonna say Kitan, yeah, it makes you a little Kitan. So you just wanna maybe just close your eyes gently. And we're gonna seal our lips and just inhale and exhale through the nose. Nothing forced, nothing fancy, simply breathing in and out. And just observe your breath. Feel your chest rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. And try to balance it out, right? Balance the inhale with the exhale, allowing the inhale to be the same length as the exhale. So your shoulders relax away from the ears, relax your jaws. Be mindful that we're not clenching down. A lot of times we hold stress in our jaws. So put a little space between your upper and lower row of teeth. Relax your eyebrows, soften your forehead. Are there any areas in the body where you feel any tension, any holding, stagnation? Breathe intently into those areas.
You know, Claire, as I'm hearing you say this, I'm actually becoming self-conscious about when you said relax the eyebrows, how many parts of my body are just naturally tense.
Right.
This really helps.
So, and as you exhale, just feel it soften, right? There's nothing more to do, just allow it to be and soften. Inhale, and what I like to do is when I inhale, whatever relaxation, whatever peace, whatever love looks like to me, whether it's my son, whatever it is, I imagine that breathing in. And as I exhale, I imagine whatever I want to release and let go as I exhale, right? Whatever doesn't serve our highest good, whatever we no longer need, with each exhale, release and let go. Maybe
I'm thinking of having tacos with Alyssa Milano at Two Lovers Point.
There you go.
That's just me.
If that's what brings you joy, hey, knock yourself out.
Never happened yet, but the day is still young.
Exhale, release, let go. Inhale, taking it in. So just do a few more rounds on your own, at your own pace. Feeling the body expand, just like a balloon. With each inhale, feel the body extend, inflate.
Now I know I was trying to follow yours.
And as you exhale, allow the balloon to deflate.
I was trying to follow your rhythm and everything, but I found the more we did this, my body just found its own rhythm. Is that what everyone's supposed to do?
Yeah, at your own pace. So long as you find balance with the inhale and exhale. Inhale, allow this inflation, front, side, and back. And exhale, allow for deflation, sucking your belly button back to your spine. So now we're going to take our right hand up to our nose. We're going to balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain by breathing in one side, out the other, moving from sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system, moving from fight or flight to rest and recover. So we're going to plug, I like to put my pointer and middle finger at the third eye center between the eyebrows. Plug your left nostril and inhale your right for 4 counts. Hold your breath at the top so belly is full. Exhale left for 4. Inhale left. Hold. And exhale right. Again, inhale right. Hold. Exhale left. inhale left. Hold. And exhale right. One more round, inhale right. Belly is full, hold at the top. Exhale left. And inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Good, release your hands down, take one more full breath. And exhale. Our next exhale is going to be through the mouth. It's called lion's breath. We're going to exhale and stick the tongue out. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Gently open your eyes. Welcome back. I was going to go through the 7 main chakras, but I don't know if we have enough time for that.
Okay, and proof positive. Fitbit tells me when we started this, my heartbeats per minute was 96. It's now down to 80 just for doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, 16 beats per minute. That's significant.
That's incredible.
And it's hot in here with all the lights, and
Yeah.
you know I'm here with a very good friend of mine and everything, so I'm a little bit more tense, shall we say. If you were doing this at home and everything like that, hopefully you had a much more favorable result. So again, if you're measuring yourself, if you got a Fitbit of your own, if you've got a Garmin, if you got an Apple Watch and everything, please put in the comments like how you did. We would love to hear that.
Awesome.
Okay, and once again, we would love for you to participate in Soulcation because it is absolutely phenomenal. Claire, how can people register?
So we have only 2 days left. It starts on Friday. And they could either, oh man, now that you brought it up, I'm like, I've only really been putting it out there on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. It's not under the Synergy page because Soulcation is something that I've kind of been doing on my own. I think everyone sees Synergy in me like this, right? So they could go to my page.
Very fitting, Synergy and Claire. She's not a marketing major, but she's got my vote.
But it's Clare Calvo at Instagram and Facebook.
CLARE.
Yeah, no I. Everyone wants to put the I in my name, but no. Or you could reach out to me, clarecalvo@gmail.com. And yeah, so we start Friday 3 p.m. It ends Sunday 3 p.m. And it's going to be a fabulous, we're almost completely full, but yeah, there's probably room for about maybe like 1 or 2.
Okay, so be that person. Do this. Do it for your mind. Do it for your soul. Do it for your body. Do it for your spirit again, because
And
Claire,
this is not the only one. You know, there will be
Yes.
more in the future. This is so special because Rita's here, and it's not often that we have someone with this. I'm telling you, her range of her knowledge and her insight into not just, well, yoga, you know, with the totality of yoga, Ayurveda, and everything.
Okay, everybody, we don't even need the lights in the studio anymore because Rita's smile off camera is lighting up the entire studio. I mean, and they're literally waiting to help you, to center you, to make you a more well-rounded person. So Claire, and okay, and if for any reason, register right now so Claire won't have to stress out about no worries there because she's a trained professional. Claire, thank you so much.
Thank you, CJ.
Okay,
Thank you for having me.
and let's do a couple more breaths as we take us into commercial break.
All right. Just reach our hands up, inhale.
We'll be right back, everybody.
And exhale, bring it down center.